meditation is supposed to be fun. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now, and brings us into a state of peace where we can understand that the point of life, the place where it's at, is simply here and now.
Welcome to the Pause with Pythian podcast. Breathe in, tune in, and let's take a sacred pause together. I'm your host, Pythian Priestess. The time is now. Let us begin. Hello, mystics, and welcome to today's episode on overcoming challenges with meditation. If you have tried meditating before and given up, this episode is for you. Meditation is one of the most ancient and powerful spiritual practices, but let's be real. It's not easy. When you sit down to meditate, you can't stop thinking and you're wondering, am I even doing this right? And I promise you, you're not alone. I was there myself. Oh my gosh, all the way back in 2011 when I was an undergrad, I took a 6-month Taoist course where we were required to sit still and empty our mind for 20 minutes. It was so incredibly challenging and I learned a lot from that class. But what I wasn't aware of at the time is that that's not the only way to meditate. And with the growing technology and distractions around us, we have to find new ways to work up to that type of meditation. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about the most common challenges people have and how to overcome them. I'll be sharing some practical tips from spiritual teachers like Sadhguru. So let's get started. So first, let's acknowledge the way that our brains are currently wired. Meditation feels hard because our brains are conditioned for distraction. We live in a world that rewards constant stimulation, scrolling, multitasking, reacting quickly. So when we sit down to be in silence with our thoughts, it feels unnatural. This distracted mind is what Buddhists call the monkey mind. The monkey mind is how our thoughts jump from one thing to another, just like a restless monkey swinging through the trees. And that's okay. That is the monkey mind's job, to keep you alive. The goal of meditation is not to have a completely empty mind, but to observe the mind without attachment. I'm going to say that again. The goal of meditation is not to completely empty your mind, but to observe the mind without attachment. You may get to a place where you can have a completely empty mind, and that's amazing, but it takes people quite a long time to get to that place, and that's okay too. You don't have to force your thoughts to disappear, and you shouldn't shame yourself when you have them either. That's not helpful at all. In fact, you want to observe your thoughts like clouds passing in the sky. You simply acknowledge them and let them go. So when you have all that frustrated energy, you're thinking like, oh, I need to do the dishes, I need to go grocery shopping, I need to do this for my job. Breathe in. Acknowledge, I'm thinking, and go back to the present. It's that simple. The next point is for all those Westerners who, like many things in life, see meditation as a performance. It's not. It's a skill. Most people quit meditating because they think they're bad at it. Meditation isn't something that you succeed or fail at. It's a practice. It's like training a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So take some pressure off yourself. No one's sitting there with a timer saying, oh, you move 14 times during these 10 minutes. Give yourself a break. Give yourself the opportunity to grow and learn. Just like when you were learning to ride a bike when you were a child. You didn't ride alone the first time. You maybe had training wheels or a parent helping you before you could ride by yourself. Give yourself the time and give yourself the patience to grow. So many things in our Western society is about performance, and that's not what meditation's about. It's about you being present with yourself and the greater universe. There's no one to judge. There's no one to watch. Just simply be. And that's hard for us. The most common challenge that people face in meditation is one we've already talked about. I can't stop thinking. Meditation is about the awareness of your thoughts. That's where we're starting. So here are some suggestions on how to help that. First, forgive yourself. Say, I had a thought. That's okay. Don't get angry at the thought. Don't get frustrated with yourself. Breathe in and release it and go back to the present. Using a mantra or your breath as an anchor point will help you significantly as your mind drifts. There are lots of different mantras you can use. There are seed mantras. You can also make your own mantra. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Whatever it is, go back to that anchor and focus yourself in your body. The second challenge people have is, I can't sit still. Restlessness is common, especially if you have ADHD and you're used to being constantly stimulated. But meditation doesn't mean you have to sit perfectly still like a statue. There are lots of meditations that you can try, such as a walking meditation, yoga, or even a breath-based meditation. And start with 2 short minutes or even 1 minute. You don't have to do 20 all at once. A bodybuilder doesn't start by lifting 300 pounds. He starts with 3. Your soul actually loves to meditate. It's your mind that's rebelling. So training the mind is like training a wild horse. You must be patient, consistent, and gentle. So one of the reasons I started Pause with Pythian is to give you access to different types of meditation. If guided meditation doesn't work for you, try a walking meditation. The third challenge that we face is that meditation feels boring. Yeah, it probably does, because our minds are constantly craving novelty, the dopamine hit. So when we're sitting with nothing to do, there's resistance to that. And boredom in meditation is truly just discomfort and stillness. You are uncomfortable not being stimulated. So try shifting your focus onto different types of meditation. If just focusing on your awareness and letting go of your thoughts isn't enough, try a guided meditation, a visualization, or even try meditation music. Now, I have heard that some people actually hate meditation music. If you're one of those people, let me know below in the comments. And if you love meditation music, tell me why below. When you are in this kind of meditation state too, you might want to ask yourself, why do I need constant stimulation? Is there something that I'm running from? Is there something I'm afraid of that I don't want to know about myself? Use this moment as a chance to go deeper. The fourth challenge people have with meditation is they don't notice a difference right away. They don't feel any different. Most people who start meditation expect to have instant results, to have instant inner peace. That's not the case. That is a conditioning we have with instant gratification in 2025. Meditation is like planting a seed. You're not going to see the tree right away, but there's change happening beneath the surface even if you can't see it. So be patient. Your progress may be subtle, but it is powerful. There are things happening in your unconscious mind, maybe even in your dream life, that will show there are changes. Keep a meditation journal. Track your mood over the time. Look how you were before you started meditating and after you started meditating. And of course, trust the process. Sadhguru tells us that meditation is like a cleaning process. At first, you don't notice, but over time, it's going to change you from within. Think of polishing silver. If there's dust and rust on it, it's going to take a lot of power to make it shiny again. It's the same thing with your mind. Now we're going to do some interactive work. Make sure you're not driving your car or operating heavy machinery during this meditation exercise. It's not going to take very long. So I invite you to do this with me now. Close your eyes and place your feet flat on the floor for me. Once you've done that, I want you to take a big, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And out your mouth. We're going to do it again, but this time I want you to focus on the air entering your nose. Feel it coming into your nostrils. Feel your chest expand. And then as it leaves your body, acknowledge the breath. Feel the movement of the energy coming out of your body. We're going to continue this 3 more times. And if your thoughts arise, which they probably will, simply acknowledge them and release them. Come back to your breath. So in the nose. And out your mouth. Remember to keep your feet flat on the floor. Do not cross them. Do not cross your ankles. Let the energy flow freely. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And that's it. Conscious breathing is a meditation. Feeling the way the air moves through your nose into your lungs and out your mouth is a form of awareness. And now let's talk about the big challenge. Sticking with meditation long term. I'll admit I have a hard time being consistent every single day. So don't pressure yourself to be perfect. You don't need to start with an hour. Start with 1 or 2 minutes a day and build from there. So if you started with 1 minute today and you build up 1 minute every week, by the end of the month, you'd have 4 minutes of meditation a day. That makes a huge difference in your life, even if it seems small and even insignificant. You can meditate while you're waiting in line at the DMV, when you're waiting at the grocery store. Instead of playing on your phone, give yourself 60 seconds of rest. So making a consistent habit can be really hard for people. There are some great apps that have gamified it. Calm is one. I personally like Insight Timer better, but there's a myriad of different gamification apps that keep a constant streak for you. You can also pair your meditation with something you already do, like brushing your teeth or drinking your morning coffee. And find what works for you. Like, you don't have to do meditation like I do. You don't have to do meditation like Sadhguru or Alan Watts. Do what works best for you, whether it's breath work, mantra meditation, visualization, experiment. Meditation is supposed to be fun, so let it be that way. And lastly, creating a sacred space for your meditation. Lots of you probably have altars in your home. Creating a sacred space for you to meditate with is very important. Meditation can be used as an offering. It can be used as self-help. It can be used as a spiritual practice. By meditating in the sacred space, especially with your altars, you can offer your meditation up to the gods and goddesses. Your time is the best offering available to them. Because there's so many distractions here on earth, how special is it that you choose to focus your time and energy on your self-development and them? Meditation is not about escaping life, but learning to fully live it. Meditation isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again and again, no matter how messy or how slow the process feels. If you've struggled with meditation, forgive yourself. Give yourself grace. Every great meditator was once a beginner, myself included. So always return to the present moment. For some of you, when you meditate, you might find that there are layers of anger or sadness hiding below the surface. That's normal. I've experienced it myself, and I actually had to go to years of therapy to work through that repressed anger and sadness. So if you find a repressed emotion, don't push it away, acknowledge it, and showing yourself that you need some extra help. And that's okay to ask for help as well. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that I have acknowledged some of the challenges you faced in meditation, and I know that you will be able to overcome it as well. Remember, mystics, breathe deep, stay present, and let your light shine. I'll see you next time.